What's going on, everybody? It's Alex here from PI Paintball and AG Paintball, and today we're going to be taking a look at some of the mid to high end masks that are out on the market right now. The only lineup I am missing is the V-Force lineup. I don't have grills. I do have one set of profilers on me, but it doesn't have a strap, so it's kind of useless. You can see right here, there's no strap, so I can't really put it on my face too well and actually, kind of feel how it is. But I wore profilers for a long time, back when I was younger, and I still have a couple pairs, and I really do enjoy the mask. I like the coverage. I think they're really big. I like the lenses. I think the lens and the field of view with the lenses are really nice. That being said, with all the recent stuff with GI, putting the profilers at $90 to $110. I'm not quite sure this is a $110 mask. That's just my personal opinion. I'm not bashing it. I think the profilers are great masks. I just think the price point where it was at before, at like $65, $70, is really where they needed to stay. I have used grills a couple times. I like them. Not my favorite mask. I think the lens, I don't like how small the lens is. I feel like my field of view is kind of restricted. But overall, I think it's comfortable. It's a nice, small, compact mask. Really good for tournament. At the $100 price point, I think it's pretty competitive. But it's kind of hit or miss. I think obviously anything to do with masks, is all personal preference. It's what feels better, on your head and on your face. So yeah, let's get started and take a look at some of the stuff I do have here. All right, so as you guys can see here, this is just a pretty small lineup of stuff that's out on the market right now. Right over here we have the Virtue Vio, the JT Proflex. Now that the price has been bumped up, I've included in this the Empire E-Flex, the Sly Profit, the Dye i4, and the Empire Event. Because the events are still around. It's not the most popular mask anymore. They were really popular. Back, that one's from 2006, but the design, the mask itself hasn't really changed at all. Not so popular anymore because of, the E-Flex and the reemergence of the Proflex. Maybe not so much a reemergence, but just a consistent popularity with the Proflex. Just to start off with, let's look at prices. Can start off with the Virtue Vio. There's a couple different prices. The prices are a bit touchy, so let me grab another Vio. If you didn't notice, I was in the store, so it's really easy to go grab everything that I need. So here's a Virtue Vio. It's a stock color. This is right out of the box, just like this. You can see it's all just orange and black. It's on one color. So these are $135 for the stock setup. So how the Vio works is basically, price-wise, the stock colors, if it's like this, but it's all black or all white, those are $125. If you get an all one color and all stock Vio that has some kind of color to it that's not black or white, so any of the other colors, they're $135. And if you do something like this, where you have, obviously the frames are one of the stock colors, that's cyan, but if you swap the bottoms and do like any of the three color bottoms, it jumps the price up to $145. An extra $10 to, swap the bottoms and get a cool looking mask like this. I have quite a few examples over on the wall over there. I have like blue frames, and the bottoms are, lime and white. And then there's like lime frames, and the bottoms are purple and white. And there's a charcoal frames with, olive charcoal and black bottoms, and cyan frames with purple, cyan, and black bottoms. There's all kinds of stuff. There's tons of bottoms that you can swap with. But that brings it up to $145. And that's not including the lens, or if you change the strap to something different that wasn't the stock strap for the mask. So the way the bottoms work is, you just kind of have to disassemble the mask, and then they pop on and off. Each set of bottoms, if you buy them aftermarket, comes with a matching set of these ear tabs right here. So generally on this mask, the ear tabs would be cyan. Like you can see here, this is all orange. You can barely tell the difference between the frame and the ear tabs because it's all the same color. It's all that stock color. So each set of bottoms has a set of matching ear tabs that goes with this line of color that you can see here, that orange. So basically, how these work, the color, the way they color code them is really a little weird. These are referred to as 3-color bottoms, even though there's only 2 colors here. The first color is going to be the color of the ear tabs, and basically, the line that separates the bottoms and the frames. So, this orange line right here, that's going to be the primary color. So on this one, orange, obviously. The secondary color is going to be the color of these little side vents right here, these 3 side vents. You can see on both sides here. So that second color is going to be orange. And the third color is the majority of the color that you actually do see, kind of like the base color of the bottoms. In this case, white, and it's either going to be white or black. So these frames would be referred to as orange, white frames. Grab another one, an example I can show you. So I got 2 more bios here that are custom built, sitting on my shop shelf. So as you can see here, this one right here, the color bottoms is going to be called lime, and white. The bottoms here is more of a true 3-color, even though these are still referred to as 3-color. This is going to be, I don't know if it's hard to tell with the lighting, but this ridge line is purple. So these would be referred to purple, cyan with these vents, black. So purple, cyan, black, lime, white, orange, white. So kind of a weird way to do it. I'm not sure why this is unplugged. There we go. Kind of a weird way to do it. It makes for a lot of different SKUs because they do a ton of bottoms. But it's cool. The customization is cool. Personal thought about it, I think maybe they might have gone a little bit overboard and made too many. Customization is always awesome because everybody, wants, their own thing and what they want. They want it to be unique to them. But, from the company standpoint, it's, I think it might be a bit much just to start off with, especially when, pretty soon they're going to have the lengthened bottoms that are going to come out, and I'm sure those are going to come out in 30 different colors. Looking at a couple things about the mask, I have one of the the non-stock lenses. This is HD copper, I believe. And it kind of looks like the HD lens that the Di-4s have, or like the photochromatic copper or something like that the V-Force line has. It looks pretty good. Clarity is really nice. The straps, the pull tabs on the straps are really nice, very exaggerated, so it's easy to tighten or loosen the mask. The chin strap is actually super comfortable. Although, if you don't want it, it's actually just Velcroed in there. You don't have to cut it, and you don't have to unsnap a button. And there's a mosquito in here. So they just Velcro, so you can just take it right out, which is really cool. How to kind of disassemble the thing? The clips on the end of the straps kind of plug into the little ear pieces, kind of like a profiler. They're pretty simple. They're a bit stiff when they first come out of the box. They kind of take some working into, but other than that, it's pretty easy toolless thing. So you just kind of unclip it, and then the ears fold in, and you can just pop the lens out or something like that. The soft ears, the gel injected soft ears, are pretty comfy. They're really nice. Something I like about this in particular is right here on the inside of the mask, right on that earpiece on the inside, there's a little separate piece of foam. Just kind of where your ear ends up resting. which is kind of super comfy. The foam in general is really nice foam, extremely comfortable, probably one of the better foams on a mask, if I had to say. Let's see what else about the Vio. If I had to compare it to something, I'd say it's a slightly bigger i4. The whole profile of the mask itself, I think, is just a tiny bit larger. Obviously it kind of looks like an i4. But what I like better about the Vio than the i4 is the breathability. It breathes really, really well. I think the venting is better. And the other thing, because I've worn i4s for a while. I kind of swap masks all the time. But I've worn i4s for quite a while. My issue with the i4 is if you go to talk or yell at your teammate on the field or something like that, you get a lot of reverb into your ears because the venting isn't really good. You don't get that with the Vio, which I really like. Overall, I think it's just a really cool mask. $145 is only $5 more than this year's i4. So as far as price goes, I think you get what you pay for it, and I think they did a really solid job on the Vio. And if I had to buy myself a new mask right now, I'd probably go with one of these. That being said, I'm not, I don't hate any of these other masks. I like the majority of them, but if I had to buy myself a brand new mask right now, I think I'd probably go with the Vio. So that's the Vio. Moving on, next down the line, the tried and true JT Proflex, still around. This is one of the LE colors, if you will, kind of like aqua with gray and black bottoms. Still comes with a visor, still the same spectral lens. The bottoms are not as soft and squishy as they used to be. They're a little bit more firm, the rubber is. But it's still soft enough that it gives you a lot of play and just that classic soft flex overall feel with the mask. But I think it is a little firmer, so you're not going to get, you're not going to get pegged in the chin or something like that, or shot in the mouth, unlike you used to be able to do with some of the old Proflexes. So I definitely do like the new way they went with the bottoms. They changed up the ears recently. Now all Proflexes come with what they're calling 2.0 soft ears, which is basically just the same firm rubber that they're using on the bottom, just in the ears, and the ears are a bit larger. A lot better than the little tiny foam ears that didn't do crap to protect the side of your head or your ears at all. Definitely digging the way they went with that. The strap's the strap, that's kind of whatever. The foam on the inside is still just, still some of the best foam in the industry. It's still just like classic, JT, super comfortable foam. The price has now gone up, so all new Proflexes that are coming out from a couple of weeks ago, maybe a couple months ago on, all $80 now. And honestly, I think, I would pay $80 for this mask. I think it's worth $80, absolutely. It's really, really comfortable. It's a proven product. It's been in the industry for a very long time. I still have my IZE Proflex from like 1999 or whatever, and it's holding up solid, and I still wear it, and it's really, really good mask. And I really don't see any reason why to not pay $80 for this mask, in my personal opinion. I think at the $80 price point, this is what I would go with, absolutely. I don't think I would grab anything else at the $80 price point, $80 to $90 price point besides the JT Proflex. The breathability, the venting is just out. It's probably the most breathable mask still on the market. Obviously that's just all my personal opinion, but I think these things are just super comfortable. I like that they never really changed them. The only minor things they did do are, I think, definitely solid improvements. And I think they're doing a good job by just like keeping the Proflex going and not trying to change it or make it something, that people don't want. It's definitely still one of the most popular masks in paintball. People still just want a Proflex. If you spend any time on PB Nation or any of the Facebook buy sell trades, Proflexes are still huge. There's huge cult following for the ProFlex, and that's just, honestly straight up because it's an awesome mask. So $80, definitely the way to go. So now we have the eFlex. eFlex got a huge kind of boom when it came out. I think the popularity might have slowed down now. I think the popular thing is because it's a mashup of the ProFlex and the eVent, where you've basically got ProFlex bottoms and eVent tops, but they're interchangeable with old ProFlex parts. I think that's where the popularity is still hitting, because people can keep their really customizable and really nice ProFlex bottoms, because there's all kinds of bottoms and tops out there for ProFlexes, and they can put a nice quick change lens eFlex tops on them, and keep the interchanging lens system with their favorite bottoms. And the customization, I think, is where it's keeping the eFlex really popular. Overall, I like the eFlex. Not my favorite mask. I think at $110, I think I'd almost either just say screw it, spend 30, save $30 and go with the ProFlex, or at that point, if I'm over $100 for a mask, I just buck up $30 and buy a Vio or an i4 or something like that. I think they're really good, just definitely not my favorite. And then the lenses is nothing new. It's the same lens that was on the eVent, so the quick change system is definitely really simple and quick. I have here one of the new lenses, all the new HD lenses and the color lenses for the eFlex and the vents just came out, so I have one of the gold ones on here. It looks really nice. As far as the bottoms go, pretty much the same as the new kind of style ProFlex bottoms, the same firmness. The styling on the bottoms is a little different, but not too different. The foam on the inside of these things is super comfortable. I think it's a tad bit firmer than maybe the ProFlex foam, but it's still outrageously comfortable. My only issue is that the foam on the eFlex comes up quite a bit here above the line of the inside of the mask, and from what I've seen, it's kind of prone to ripping a lot because it doesn't have any backing, structurally kind of holding the foam in place. It's basically the mask, the inside of the mask comes up to here, and if my whole length of the hand right here is the foam, it kind of does one of these where half the foam is on it and half the foam is off it. Structurally, it doesn't make sense. I think they kind of messed that one up because I do see it ripping a lot, but obviously it is super comfortable. The gel injected ears are definitely really, really comfortable. They're really good size. They really actually cover a lot of your head. And as far as the high-end masks go, this is probably the largest mask that's out on the market right now, if I had to say, and definitely gives you the most coverage over your face and the sides of your head and the top of your head and stuff like that. And the chin strap is, if you like using a chin strap, I think it leaves a little to be desired. I think the benchmark for chin straps is definitely the Vio. But if you don't do chin straps, you can just unbutton this so you don't have to cut it, so that's kind of nice. And the strap's the strap. Overall it's hard because, I like the eFlex. Just not my thing though. For $110, I'd just buck up $30, go with the Vio, or save $30 for paint or something like that and go with the ProFlex, to be honest with you. It's definitely not saying it's a bad mask there, because it is a really nice mask. Again, a lot of this is just kind of personal preference stuff. So, that's about it for the eFlex, I think. Comfy, good all-around mask, really big, good coverage. Just not my cup of tea, that's all. So next is probably the only mask that I genuinely just don't care for at all in this lineup, which is the Sly Profit. The entire mask is really, these bottoms, it's still rubber, but it's really, really firm. I think the venting is just not good. I have a hard time breathing in these. And then the amount of foam and stuff that they put on the inside of this thing is almost claustrophobic. I put it on and I feel like I'm walking around with a gas mask on. yeah, really just don't enjoy it. I think, especially the lining they put on the inside of the foam, I think is scratchy and hard, and it's irritating to me. I think that I tried doing the quick change lens system with like my fingernails and stuff like that, and I was just gonna break my fingernail. I think that I have to use like a little mini flathead screwdriver or something with a flat end just to get the quick change lens system. If we need a tool to do it, that kind of defeats the purpose of a quick change lens system, in my opinion, anyway. So I don't like that. I'm not a double strap person. Obviously, double strap is a personal preference, but I'm not a double strap person. And if I was doing a mask, I would do it like the Vio does, where they offer the availability of double strapping, and they even have a video on their YouTube channel that shows you how to put another strap on the Vio properly to make it. They designed it to be double strap if you want. Awesome, that's the way to do it. I wouldn't force it on anybody though, because to me this is just super uncomfortable, especially if I'm already wearing like a beanie or something like that. It just doesn't feel comfortable to me. As far as the chin strap goes, it's virtually non-existent. So if you do like having a chin strap, I think my proto rental masks downstairs have better chin straps than this. And there's no unbuttoning, there's no Velcro. You do have to cut it, which is kind of a pain in the ass, because if you go to sell it, you can never put it back on. I think the lenses are okay. That's about it. I'm really not super thrilled about the lens. I think the field of view, especially right here, gets, it looks like the field of view on the lens is going to be from the tip of the nose up, and it's not, because the foam on the inside and stuff like that really restricts it to like here. So it's almost looking through two individual, eye holes inside the mask. Overall, I just don't like this mask at all. It's not my thing. I know a lot of people that swear by these, and that's cool. That's their thing. It's all, like I said, it's all personal preference. Just definitely not my thing. I think at $110, the same price as the E-Flex any day of the week over the Profit. Then we have the Dye i4. And this is the same i4 that's been out for quite a while. This is just one of this year's colors. This is the Bomber Steel with a clear fade sunrise lens on the inside on it. It's classic i4. The foam is really super comfortable. The quick change lens system is really super easy, where you just click and push forward. Strap's a strap. The chin strap is, not really a super awesome chin strap, but you can, just unbutton it. You don't have to cut it, and then it'll come right out. Definitely probably the smallest mask out on the market right now. That's probably my one and only complaint, is that, without even opening up my mouth, I think it only comes down to my chin. And I'm not a super big guy, so my head's, not super big either. And the amount of coverage that I get on the front and my mouth and something is just kind of a little scary. The gel injected ears are still super comfortable. I think they're awesome ears. The bottom of the mask, I think the venting, the breathability is good, but I do have trouble talking to people in it for some reason. Other than that, the lens is nice. The field of view is really nice. I really dig the i4. I just think the venting issue, the chin strap, and maybe just overall comfort, the size of the mask. I think the Vio just kind of killed it. So this year, i4s, all the 2014 ones, are now $140, which is I think is absolutely appropriate. I think this is a better mask than the E-Flex. I think this is maybe just a hair under what the Vio is, and the Vio's $5 more. I think it's maybe about $5-10 worth of value there. $140, I think rightly so. I think they're awesome, solid masks. And if I already didn't have a handful of masks that I still use, that I have no reason to buy a new one right now, and there was no Vio, I'd probably go back to an i4. So Now I'm gonna put these on and kind of see how they feel, and you'll be able to hear like the differences between like how loud you'll be able to hear my voice and stuff after. I'm just kind of going over some quick stuff. And the last one I have here is the E-Vent. So the E-Vent's been around for a while. Not super popular anymore with the Proflex and the E-Flex now. Because basically what this is just the quick change tops, the same ones you can get on the E-Flex, but it's solid bottoms, no changing on the bottoms or anything like that. These are the 06 version of the older version of the E-Vent. I think the bottoms are a little bit nicer. I think they're a little bit more flexible. As far as breathability goes, not super high. The only venting in the entire mask is kind of like right there, and it's pretty minimal. The quick change lens system is still super easy. I think the foam is really, really comfortable. Certainly as good, if not, I think better. I think it's a little softer than Proflex foam, so that's really comfortable for me. The gel injected ears pretty much online with the E-Flex. I think. I think it is definitely worth the jump from this to the E-Flex. These are retailing for $90 right now, and the extra $20 at $110 for the E-Flex, I think is absolutely worth it in my opinion. This is still one of my favorite masks from the past, and I still wear it every once in a while. She's getting old though; she's getting beat up, and she's probably about to die, kind of soon. So, right now I'm using this and one of my own Proflexes, but I might be looking for a new mask soon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on each mask, and I'm going to talk a little bit about how comfortable it is on my head while I'm wearing it, so you can at the same time hear the difference in how loud you can actually hear my voice. So let's go ahead and try the Vio first. Get that chin strap there. Alright, so I don't really do chin straps, so I'm going to undo the chin strap. Not going to take it off, obviously, but I am going to undo it. So overall, definitely a nice small profile. You can still see most of my forehead, granted receding hairline and all that, kind of stay with me here. There is still forehead there, I promise. It comes just to the very edge of my chin, like I'm touching my chin right here, kind of trying to make a flat line with my hand. It's definitely coming right to the edge. So if I open my mouth, my chin definitely goes lower than the mask. But, in general, overall, I think it's got the right amount of coverage. The foam on my face and like the side of my, right on my temples right there, definitely really comfortable. Field of view is really nice. My peripheral view is pretty much, if I had to guess, maybe about 200 degrees. So it's definitely more than 180. So 200 if I had to take a guess. Other than that, I don't feel like I'm getting a lot of reverb in my ear. I'm not listening to myself talk very loudly at all. The breathability feels really good. I'm not feeling any, even if I breathe out heavy, I'm not feeling any of it starting to go up, towards my eyes or anything. So, I definitely wouldn't see any fogging issues or anything like that. The ears feel really good on the side of my head. I think all the pressure's in the right spots. It's not pushing on my temples, but there's a little bit of foam there just to make it a little more comfortable. I think these, if I had to buy a new mask, I think the Virtue Vio is definitely the way to go for me. So, definitely like that. So we're going to go with the tried and true Proflex now. So compared to the Vio, everything definitely feels more open. Maybe it's just because I have the really dark chromatic lens in there, but everything definitely just feels more like open. Breathability this is probably the best mask as far as breathability and everything goes. It's still, I think it definitely goes below my jawline. My jaw still just kind of clips it on the bottom if I open my mouth or something like that, but just sitting here definitely goes below my chin. The soft ears on the side definitely still feel pretty comfortable. I'm a pretty big fan. They're not too firm, but they're not too soft, so I feel like it's definitely supporting. the foam on my face is, classic JT ProFlex foam, super, super comfortable. Again, I'm not listening to myself talk, and the breathability is just phenomenal. Definitely still probably one of my favorite masks of all time, absolutely. So now let's try the E-Flex right after that. I'm going to undo the chin strap before I do this. Tighten that down. Maybe. These are still pretty stiff. These are all brand new. There we go. Alrighty. So as far as coverage goes, like on my chin and everything, I feel like it's the same as the ProFlex because the bottoms are pretty much the same size. But definitely on the side of my head, I can feel how big these molded ears are. They definitely cover way more of the side of my head than the ProFlex does. And it's definitely still pretty damn comfortable. The field of view seems about the same to me. Everything, the clarity of the lens is really nice. The clarity of the bio lens was really nice as well. The foam on my face, I think, again, is just a touch harder than the ProFlex, but not by much. It's still pretty comfortable. But if I had to choose a foam, I'd probably go with the ProFlex foam over the E-Flex foam. Other than that, realistically, is the quick change lens system $30 of value? Yeah, maybe. Yes. If you don't like doing ProFlex, spectral lenses, I can definitely see that. But personal preference, I don't have an issue, or care about changing ProFlex spectral lenses. So in my opinion, I think I'd probably still go with the ProFlex over the E-Flex because I don't. I think I just saved $30 if I had to pick between the two. It's definitely a nice mask. It definitely feels comfy, but I think I'm still preferable to the ProFlex. So I'm going to try on the Sly Profit just so I can better describe how much I don't like this mask to you. Oh. Two straps here. That two strap thing is so weird. I don't feel like it's any more secure on my head. I can't hear a damn thing because of all the foam and the padding they put on the side of the ears. So even if there's reverb because of the venting and stuff like that, I have no idea because I can't hear anything right now. Yeah, there's absolutely no venting down here. I'm just breathing into my own face. Lens clarity, pretty solid. It's definitely a nice lens. I think my field of view is definitely restricted as far as here and right here. There's this, because this nose piece on the inside of the lens comes so high up, I can see it no matter where I'm looking, and it's comes up to here, and it's really annoying because it's always there in my eyesight. I can't look anywhere and not see it. It is really annoying. Other than that, the foam on my face has this lining on it, on the edge of it, that's just really hard and almost crunchy, and it's scratchy, and it's just not comfortable at all. But that's obviously just my personal opinion. Onto the i4. Get rid of this little mini chin strap. Maybe. There we go. Onto the i4. Come on, chin strap, get out of there. Here we go. So as far as lens clarity and field of view, I still think the i4 has the best one. But I am getting a lot of, what I told you guys about earlier. I'm getting a ton of reverb in my ears. That's, it's manageable, but it is kind of annoying, and I know for a fact that it's, I'm trying to speak a little louder here, and I know for a fact that people have a hard time hearing me when I'm wearing i4s on the field. Other than that, it's definitely super comfortable on my face. It's coming about even with my chin. And when I open my mouth, my bottom lip almost comes to the bottom of this. So it's definitely a tiny, definitely made for, with tournament in mind, obviously. Super comfortable. The ears are nice. Everything is nice, small profile, all that kind of stuff. The lens is awesome. But the reverb and the breathability coming into, coming back at me is definitely annoying. And then we have my old events. Breathability is not too bad. Venting could certainly use improvement. But other than that, super, super comfortable. The foam is great. The soft ears feel great. Again, it's pretty much the same as like an E-Flex, just, with worse bottoms, I think. I think the coverage is good, though, as well. This is just a clear lens, so lens clarity is pretty damn clear. Field of view is pretty solid. I don't really see any problems with them, but for, at the $90 price point, I think I'd probably just save $10 and go with the ProFlex. Overall, I think it's a better mask. Quick change lens is definitely $10 of value. Unless you don't mind changing spectral lenses, and then I'd say absolutely go with it. So overall, if I had to pick, not according to price or anything, favorite mask currently out right now, probably the Virtue Vio, and then probably followed closely by the ProFlex and the i4. The events are great, the E-Flexes are great. Sly Profits, to me, not so great. But the E-Flex and the event, just, I don't know, they just don't do it for me. So I think I'd have to hand it to the Vio right now, as far as my favorite mask that's currently in production. That's it's really about it. That's about all I got for the masks. Obviously my selection is a little limited. Again, I don't have the GI ones here with me, except for the Profiler, which I can't really do because there's no strap on it for some reason. I'm not quite sure why I don't have a strap on it. As far as like color options and stuff goes, the E-Flex is pretty basic. There's white, gray, black, olive, red, and blue. The Sly Profits, I'm not too sure what's going on with that. This is a limited camo run or something. But I don't keep these in stock here. Generally, I only have this one. That was kind of a mistake. So I'm not sure what's going on with the color options. ProFlex, you've got this aqua gray black. There's the sky blue gray black. There's lime and black. There's like a translucent yellow and black. There's all black. Tan and olive are still kind of hard to come by, but I do have, a couple here. So the color options is still pretty solid. Plus, there's so many ProFlex parts out there, you can make anything you could ever want. But I have one of my other ones right here, as far as color options go. And this is the great thing about ProFlex is I grabbed some of the new, white on white E-Flex bottoms with an aqua frame and a nice chromatic lens to actually match one of my guns. But that's what you can, that's some of the stuff you can do to them. You can just make them look like anything you could ever think of. Color options on the Vio are pretty outstanding. Base colors. You've got purple, yellow, orange, black, pink, olive, cyan, blue, lime, charcoal, and am I missing something? White. I think that's about it. But there's tons of different tons of different like 3-color options and stuff like that with inverted colors and all kinds of stuff going on with that. I4s, they have their set patterns every year. So this year you've got, this is the Bomber Steel. Looking over there, there's the Bomber Gray, the Bomber Lime, the Airstrike Orange, Airstrike Cyan, Airstrike Red, UL Purple, UL Tan, UL Navy, I believe. And then obviously you can still get some of the stock colors. They still have like Dicam Red, Blue, Black, and White, I believe. As far as the events go, I believe they only have black and charcoal left that they're doing. They're kind of ramping down production on those. Lenses. There's not a super whole high amount of spectral lenses out there. You've got like clear, smoke, red, yellow, this photochromatic prism chrome. And there might be a couple older style lenses. Those are the ones that are currently in production, though. At the i4 lenses, there's 1.5 million lenses out there. This is fade sunrise or clear sunrise. There's a decent selection of IO lenses out there. Covers all the color bases. You get like the reds, the greens, the blues, yellows, golds. That's copper, mirror, smoke, that kind of stuff. I'm not super sure about Sly Profits again. Then you have obviously the E-Flex lenses. You have like the standard ones, like you've got like the Ninja, the clear, and the smoke, and the yellow. Then you got like all the ones that just came out. There's just 2 different golds. There's an HD gold and there's a mirror gold that's here. Mirror silver, fire mirror, green mirror, blue mirror, silver mirror. I think I already said that. And purple mirror. I believe that's it. Lens options are pretty solid. As far as like the best lenses, gotta hand it to the i4. Best foam, probably gotta go with the ProFlex. Best breathability, probably ProFlex. Best overall comfort on my head, probably between the ProFlex and the E-Flex, because they're about the same. Best overall mask, I think Vio, easy. Even though that didn't come in first place in any category, I think it's overall the best mask. So that's about all I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any more questions or anything about any specific type of mask, I know, again, I don't have the V-Force stuff, the GI stuff, but I certainly know a lot about it. I've had them in the past, or anything, low questions on like lower end masks or something like that. Just leave a comment or shoot me a message or something like that, and I try and answer them, as quickly and as best I can. And I've seen quite a few people are starting to answer other people's questions in the comments, which is really cool. And I definitely appreciate that. That's what I'm trying to do here. That's why I have this whole channel. It's just community helping community. Paintball community is not super huge, so I think just overall, the more we can we can make it better by just helping each other as much as we can. So definitely appreciate you guys that are doing that for me. I hit 200 subs recently, a couple weeks ago. Sub count is still going up. I really do appreciate it. Thank you guys. I'm not like making money on this at all. Like you see the ads and stuff like that. But after this entire thing, I still haven't like made any money off it. But realistically, I'm doing this because I enjoy paintball, and I enjoy the paintball community, and I enjoy helping other people with paintball stuff and just making paintball better in general. So, 200 subs, not a lot compared to like, a lot of the YouTube channels that I watch, like a lot of the big gaming channels and stuff like that. But, that's awesome. Thank you guys. I appreciate it that there's 200 people out there who enjoy my content enough to, click that subscribe button and, wait for more. I know my videos are kind of spotty on timing a lot. It's not a super regular timing schedule. I am really busy. I work here at AG Paintball full time. I run this entire pro shop that's up here, the retail store, and I do tons of other stuff here. There's always stuff to do, and then obviously on the weekends I'm the tech here, so my weekends are pretty booked. During the week is spotty because I do work 7 days a week, like I said. And again, I appreciate appreciate your patience with the videos and all the comments and stuff you guys leave. So that's about all I got for you guys right now, and hopefully I'll be coming out with some new videos pretty soon. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching.